Operation Atlantic Resolve. After Russia's annexation of Crimea in 2014 and its destabilizing actions in eastern Ukraine, NATO faced its greatest challenge to European stability since the end of the Cold War. In response, the alliance launched Operation Atlantic Resolve, a sustained demonstration of NATO's commitment to the defense of its eastern members. This was not just about deploying troops, it was about reinforcing deterrence, restoring trust, and reasserting the principle that an attack on one member is an attack on all. Though led by the United States, Atlantic Resolve quickly became a symbol of NATO's unity. It involved the continuous rotation of American forces to Central and Eastern Europe, primarily Poland, the Baltic states, Romania, and Bulgaria. These deployments included armored brigades, airborne infantry, combat aviation units, artillery batteries, and support elements. Troops trained side by side with local forces, conducted live-fire exercises, and rehearsed rapid deployment scenarios in anticipation of a potential Russian incursion. One of the hallmarks of Operation Atlantic Resolve was its speed and scale. Within months of the crisis in Ukraine, the U.S. and NATO had positioned tanks, heavy vehicles, and combat troops in forward locations across Europe. They established enhanced forward presence, EFP battle groups in Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and Poland, each led by different NATO members and integrated into national defense plans. These weren't symbolic gestures. They were combat-ready units, designed to deter aggression through credible force. The operation wasn't just about the battlefield. It was also about logistics and infrastructure. NATO and U.S. forces improved rail networks, fortified airfields, and streamlined customs protocols to ensure that reinforcements could move quickly across Europe. Exercises like Sabre Strike, Defender Europe, and Swift Response, held under the Atlantic Resolve umbrella, tested these capabilities under realistic scenarios, sometimes moving thousands of troops across borders in a matter of days. At its heart, Atlantic Resolve was a message, not only to Russia, but to NATO's own eastern members. Countries like Lithuania and Poland, once under Soviet domination, saw the operation as a visible guarantee of their security. For the people living there, the sight of NATO tanks rolling through their towns wasn't intimidating. It was reassuring. It meant that Europe hadn't forgotten them, and that NATO's shield extended all the way to their borders. Politically, the operation reinforced Article 5 solidarity. It reassured allies who feared being left alone in the face of Russian aggression. It also deepened transatlantic cooperation, as European nations hosted, supplied, and trained with American forces in unprecedented ways. And it demonstrated NATO's adaptability in the 21st century, moving from Cold War-era static defense to rapid, flexible deterrence based on forward posture and integrated capabilities. Operation Atlantic Resolve continues to this day, evolving with changing security dynamics and expanding into new domains such as cyber defense, air policing, and hybrid warfare. It stands as a living, breathing commitment, an operation not of escalation, but of deterrence, a signal to every NATO adversary that the alliance is ready, united, and unshakable. It proved that deterrence works best when it's seen, felt, and real, and that NATO's resolve, when tested, is not theoretical, it's Atlantic-wide.